everyone, good evening. You are watching BBC News with Amanda Wei. To cover this evening, we have got a top headline of international news. The beginning of the 21st century witnessed an increase in terrorist attacks. The threat of a terror attack is a cause for perceived risks of injury and loss of life and belongings, and decrease of tourist confidence in travel. The terrorist attack on New York's World Trade Center on 11 September 2001 alerted the authorities worldwide to the danger of transnational crime and its links to international terrorism. Even though Thailand was perceived as having low security risks and medium political risk, recent violence in the Muslim-dominated southern provinces of Thailand has led to a negative image of Thailand. The bomb blast occurred in Bangkok this morning results in both Thai and international tourists died. Here's the news from reporter Iris in Thailand.
Hello everyone, I'm Iris, the correspondent from BBC News. Now I'm in Bangkok to have an interview with William. He just survived from the latest terrorist incident here. As I know, he comes from China. He came to Bangkok for taking a trip and visiting his relatives here. It's supposed to be a wonderful time. However, a sudden terrorist incident changed his life. He's the only survivor of this tragedy. Hello, William. First of all, I feel so sorry about what you have been through. But I was wondering if you can tell us what do you feel about this incident?
You know, my families are very innocent. I don't know why the terrorists want to kill them, but I feel so sorry. And God bless them. May them all rest in peace.
So sorry about that. And as I know, you study tourism in the University of Queensland. So as a student, what do you think the impact it brings to Thailand?
You know, the bad effects of terrorism is quite dramatic. Thailand is a country whose economy is largely based on the tourism industry. So obviously, firstly, it will be affected by it will affect the tourism industry. There's no tourists from all over the world come to Thailand for traveling.
Yes, I see.
Yeah, and then it will affect not only the tourism industry as industry, also the service industry, but also the hotel industry, the travel agencies, and airplane companies, and so it has a very big impacts. So not only this, but because of the terrorism, the overseas and the domestic investment will be stopped. So there is no investor come all over the world or domestically to invest on the national economy. I feel so bad about it. The unemployee and the bad effect of the I'm so sorry.
Thank you. After this tragedy, a lot of people lose their families and friends. What's more, the local tourism industry will be severely impacted by it. According to a forecast from the local tourism administration, people who plan to travel to Thailand will change their plans and seek another safer destination. This tragedy leaves the world a negative image of Thailand. Moreover, the amount of international tourists will reduce by 67% in the next 2 years.
Thanks, Iris. Welcome back. The government and non-government organizations have some statements about terrorism. Let's hear the news from Liliana.
Thanks, Amanda. This is Liliana, and today we have two guests who will talk about actions to terrorism from the view of government and non-government. Sarah, the government officer of Tourism Association of Thailand, and Angel, the president of non-government organization Association of Thailand. Although terrorism occurred throughout history, the world has been increasingly threatened by terrorism. It's no longer a question of if terrorists will struck, but rather a question of when, how, and how prepared the destination is to deal with them. Since 2004, terrorism such as bomb blast, mass murder, and assassinations have occurred almost daily in 3,000 provinces of Thailand due to a group of Muslim activists. Terrorism impacts Thailand's economic, political, and social paths heavily. The development of various industries in Thailand, particularly tourism and hospitality industry, have been influenced negatively and dramatically. As a tourism destination and tourist has always been soft target for terrorism activities. However, the perception of safety and security is a major determination in travelers' decision to visit Thailand, which means risk perception could make tourists to avoid or cancel travel. Since now, the bomb blasts in Bangu have already resulted in high cancellation by both international and national visitors. Hotel occupation rate could be decreased directly. To the political part, citizens and travelers might decline trust and confidence in Thailand government and its policies. Thailand government has to suffer great pressures to effect policy change and political control. Immediate deaths and psychological impact are major problems to Thailand society. When it comes to terrorism, most people think and believe that government should take the most responsibility. So, what kind of action that Thailand government could do to address this issue?
Well, we have noticed that Thailand is expected to suffer tourism downturn because of the gun battles between Islamic militants and police in the southern provinces of Thailand. Although tourist areas are not affected by the terrorism incidents happened, because of a psychological impact, there aren't too many tourists in the south now. As Thai's tourism industry is a mainstay of national economy that accounts for 6% of Thai's GDP, we have realized that recovering Thai's tourism industry is crucial for Thai's economic development. On behalf of the government, our authority has taken efforts to bolster the Thai tourism industry. Firstly, we'll introduce a relief program for affected companies in the travel, hospitality, and the souvenir sectors. Secondly, our authority will engage upon an effort to resurrect international tourism by means of a series of high-level campaigns around the world, such as Asia Luxury Travel Market in June and the Amazing Thailand Roadshow in Korea. Thirdly, more educational promotions on international news channels such as CNN and BBC would inform viewers of the distance between the affected and non-affected crisis destinations, and would be helpful in reducing any spillover effects and correcting any potentially inaccurate images about perceived disease and terrorism risks. And fourthly, although there are increases in travel costs such as airfare as a result of rising oil prices, a good tour package should be used to encourage repeat travelers. But we government should insist that service providers do not trade off safety with low-cost tour packages. Finally, to reduce the inconvenience and to facilitate tourist arrivals and departures at airports, we must improve tourism infrastructure and increase the efficiency of check-in, luggage claim, and customs and immigration procedures. It is mandatory that deployment of high-tech safety devices be increased to detect potential terrorist acts, to ensure the safety of inbound and outbound tourists. In addition, to eliminate perceived risk of a language barrier, service providers should train more multilingual service workers to increase the number of multilingual signs and hospitality websites in order to eliminate the fear of communication difficulties.
Okay, thank you, Sarah. As we know, non-government organizations play a more and more important role in Thailand. What effect can be done to promote and change the current situation? Angel.
Well, the first action, we will give it to hotel security check. The background check will be performed on all members of hotel staff. We require all guests to present a government-issued photo ID, driver's license, or passport when registering. And the electricity key card should be used in hotel's elevator to prevent opportunities from strangers to get access to guest rooms. And also make sure that properties elevators have using key cards to protect access safety. And finally, we will daily check the hotel's fire escape area, related water, electricity, gas, and car parking area. And secondly, we will add anti-terrorism military exercise into staff training program. Offer the common sense of self-protect to them and teach them how to save others when encounter a terrorism attack. The knowledge of an adequate method to manage people to successfully escape during an emergency will be included. More importantly, the practical drill is the most effective for terrorism prevention. And finally, we will timely update information of training knowledge. Avoid people to ignore any important and latest news of anti-terrorism. And thirdly, we will advertise Thailand's tourism by mass media, display a worthwhile tourism product, and ensure its safety and security in order to re-attract customers who still concerned about the potential tourism attack. And we will utilize mass media as a marketing tool to arouse people interested and draw more repeat visitors. Or we can provide some discount tour packages to tourists to encourage them to consume on tourism industry.
Thank you, Sarah and Angel. Back to Amanda.
Thanks, Lydiana. Welcome back. The main news tonight is terrorist attack in Bangkok, and the related organizations have already held an emergency meeting to respond to the terrorism. You can see more on that and all today's news on BBC channel. That's all from BBC News. Very good night.